Chinese President Xi Jinping has arrived in Kazakhstan for a state visit as part of his 5-day tour of Central Asia. China says that Mr. Xi will hold talks with his Kazakh counterpart on bilateral ties, as well as on cooperation in key areas. While in Astana, the Chinese leader will also be attending the annual summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organisation, or SCO, that's due to begin tomorrow. The group, which also counts India, Russia and Iran among its members, together account for about half the world's population. Now, this year's meeting is set to see the addition of Belarus as a permanent member. And for more on this, Guan, he joins us live for the first time as well in East Asia tonight from Shanghai. Hey, Guan, good to have you with us. What can we expect from this year's SCO summit?
Hi, Oteli. Well, what we can expect really is quite a high level of representation. As you mentioned, President Xi Jinping will be there, along with Russian President Vladimir Putin. However, there is one notable absentee, and he is the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He is expected to be represented by his foreign minister, and it has been said that he may present or linked to the summit remotely. Now, this discussion this year is, no pun intended, will be focused on cooperation. There are likely discussions on strengthening security, such as fighting terrorism, boosting trade ties, and tackling common challenges. Now, among these common challenges could be the situation in Afghanistan. That country is right at the doorstep of the SCO member states. And also, of course, Ukraine, given Russia's role in the Ukraine conflict. A key development, as you mentioned, is the inclusion of Belarus as its 10th member state. Now, this makes Belarus, significantly, the westernmost flank of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Now, after this year, China is expected to take over the presidency of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. And with that takeover of the presidency, the direction may change, or the priorities may change. Now, after Kazakhstan, President Xi is expected to travel to Tajikistan, before departing the region on Saturday.
Right, now, we can see that President Xi is putting in quite a fair bit of effort, kicking off this 5-day tour, is expected to help build closer ties to the region. So, in a nutshell, why is this so important to China?
Well, Central Asia is very important to China in many strategic ways. One of them, the stability and prosperity of Central Asia, is key to China's own stability and prosperity. Why do we say that? Many of China's minorities have roots in Central Asia. If these states in Central Asia become unstable, they could fan extremism and separatism within China. I'm talking about especially in provinces like Xinjiang, which borders Central Asia, and many of its minorities there share religious or ethnic roots with Central Asian states. Another reason is that if you pull up a map of China and take a quick look at it, and then you compare that to the map of the United States. The United States is a state with two coasts, the Pacific coast and the Atlantic coast, right? If either coast is threatened, they can always use the other coast, right? In China's case, it's vastly different. It is a major power, but it only has one sea coast, and that is the Pacific coast. And if you look closely at the strategic map of the region, you'll notice that that Pacific coast is surrounded by a string of US allies, starting from Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, and now the Philippines. So in a way, its eastern coast is now, in a way, flanked. So China has vested interest in keeping its western flank open should it become strategically important, and which is why China has always been trying to extend its influence to this region. The Belt and Road Initiative, for example, has a lot of projects in this region. By strengthening ties and cooperations with these states, China could prevent these states from falling into the orbit or becoming the allies of other regional powers or global powers. Oteli?
Well, thanks for helping us understand why this region is important to China. Thanks so very much, Guan, speaking to us live from Shanghai.